Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Haut Beyleron here in Farming Simulator 22 with me, CWATTY. It's the start of a lovely April morning, which means we are capable of doing a few things today. We have got now the ability to plant soybeans and corn and sorghum. So we have one field left to plant, so I'm thinking we could do with planting that. So I think we will do that. We'll get the older sorghum planted. So we was on oats recently. Yeah, I think we're going to do sorghum. And then I need to go on to our field across the road there, because unfortunately that has covered in weeds. We're going to have to do the weed spraying on that. Our grass is finally growing, which is very nice. Very encouraging. And also today we've got the lovely joys of the fact we've got the guidance steering mod available for Farming Simulator 22. I have done a tutorial video on how that all works, but as yet I haven't bought any on this Let's Play or on any of my tractors. One thing I have discovered though since recording my tutorial video with guidance steering is that now when you lease vehicles for contracts, when you borrow vehicles for contracts, they do have GPS installed in them. And now you get GPS on your borrowed machines. That makes doing contracts a heck of a lot easier, I can tell you. What we need to do now, we're going to have to go down this edge here. This field's a little bit awkward. Like I say, maybe we will at some point in time expand these fields, merge them together. But again, that's going to require me to buy a bit more land up first. But ultimately, a lot of these small fields will be joined into big fields. Just so we've got, you know, better potential for getting good harvests off all our fields, good yields by having plenty of crops. I'm going to quickly go and do this field here. We are then going to need the sprayer. Because, as I say, we're going to need to do the weeds. What I might be tempted to do, I'd have to do it on this machine though, wouldn't I? Which isn't going to work. Because this machine doesn't have the scrawny tyres on it that I kind of need for doing spraying. Only the New Holland has the scrawny tyres. That's going to be a problem for me, because I can't modify leased tractors. I'd have to return the New Holland and lease another tractor, which I'm not totally against doing if I wanted a leased tractor with GPS. However, we are trying to get into the habit of owning our equipment, so yeah, not a great start, I don't think. One of them things. I was hoping we could have got a tractor with GPS for doing the spraying, because obviously using GPS when you're spraying or spreading is a heck of a lot easier. It also saves you a lot of money because you're not going over ground that you've already been over. But we don't have that luxury, unfortunately, so here's what we are going to do. We're just going to make do with what we've got. So for now, once we've seeded this field, I want to get it seeded fairly rapidly. Like I say, I've gone with sorghum Partly because soybeans needs a real big field. Get a good decent yield off it, whereas I think sorghum might actually generate a decent yield off a field this side. I decided not to do corn because that would require me to use a different header, and that would mean leasing a different header, which means spending more money. Whereas at least with all the crops I've got planted currently, I will be able to do them with one harvester and one header. So, not a problem. Not a problem at all. Now it's all going well. Like I say, we've hit April. Grass is growing nicely. It has started to regrow. A little bit of disappointment it didn't start growing in March, but you know, potentially I could have sped the regrowth up in March by having hit the by having gone over the field with a grass roller. Got the growth cycle to trigger a bit early. I could have done that. Another thing I plan to do as well, very shortly, maybe once we've got a little bit more money, is I'm going to add a second chicken pen. I'm going to put another chicken pen in my area over there where we've got the first pen, and I'm going to get some more chickens. Chickens are a great source of income. Their eggs are very profitable. Very profitable indeed. We've already got the bees doing the honey. However, we could maybe get some more beehives put in just to improve the yield around some of our fields. You know? Because they offer that extra bonus. I think I've missed a strip there. I've missed a little thin strip of the field. Need to make sure we don't miss field bits. Because I do want the maximum yield. Now, what else can I talk about while I'm just finishing off this job? Well, I've been doing some playing just recently. I've been playing the game obviously quite a bit. I've been doing some playing, I've been doing some stuff off camera, I've been doing some multiplayer stuff. And I've been experiencing some really weird things. On Elm Creek, for instance, harvest contracts on that map. I've had some weird issues with contracts where I've taken contracts to do a job. I've borrowed the equipment to do the job. I've gone to the field and the game won't let me do the contract. The common one usually is, well, I get down to the field, I go to do the job, and it tells me this vehicle is this equipment is reserved for contract work, and it's like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the contract you've asked me to do on the field you've asked me to do it on. You're telling me I'm not allowed? That seems a bit weird. I've had issues with seeding contracts or sowing contracts, where oftentimes I've taken the contract, borrowed the equipment, gone to the field to do the job, only to find out I can't do it because the machine they've lent me doesn't actually seed or plant the crop that the contract is asking for. Usually if it's a cotton contract, sugar beet contract, potato contract, the equipment they're letting me borrow doesn't do those crops, so I haven't been able to do the contracts. I've then had an issue a couple of times with seeding contracts where I have got the right equipment, I've gone to the field, I've checked what the contract wants me to plant, I've gone to plant it, and I've been told, I'm sorry, you can't plant this crop at this time of year. You can only plant this crop in such and such. And I look and see and realise that yes, the window has passed for the seeding contract for that fruit, that crop to be planted, yet the contracts are wanting it to be planted, which means you can't do the contracts. And then lastly, the funniest one I've seen so far, I wish I'd actually got this on video to show you more. I did a baling contract. I had a baling contract to do for silage bales, and I borrowed the equipment, went to the store. I'd got, you know, the windrower, I'd got the baler, I'd got the wrapper, I'd got the trolley to pick up the trailer to pick up the bales, I'd got the tractor, you know, perfect, except for one tiny small little problem. They didn't give me a mower. They didn't give me any mower bits to put on my tractor. They gave me everything to do the mowing contract, to do the silage baling contract, except the mower for cutting the grass. Can you believe it? I mean, that's just, to me, that's just insane. That really is. And you got to ask yourself you got to ask questions at that point in time. You've got to ask questions of Giants and say, you know, how much actual playtesting of your own game did you do prior to releasing it? Because how did you not spot these things? How did you not spot these errors in the game, these bugs? I mean, the grass seeding, where the grass uses 5 million litres per second of seed. Did no one at Giants ever plant a field with seed and think to themselves, wow, that seed use is a bit high, you know? I mean, I'm wondering if Giants did actually playtest the game, or whether they just use the dev commands to do everything in game, change all the fields to what they want, and then just go around and use dev commands everywhere rather than actually playing the game like real players do. Because it's amazing how many broken things you find currently with the game. I mean, I know they're working on the patch, and I know it's going to come out soonish. I mean, we've not been given an exact date yet for the first patch for the game, and there's obviously going to be quite a lot of fixes in that first patch. It's probably going to be quite a big, bulky patch, actually, because there's quite a bit that they need to address. I mean, one of obviously the big shocking things that's come out just in the last few days is the fact that Giants have said they can't release any mods on consoles at the moment until that patch comes out, because mods are broken on consoles until that patch comes out, so they're not publishing any mods, releasing any mods for the PlayStation and Xbox players, which is obviously not good for those guys playing on those platforms, especially as they keep releasing PC mods. But that's not without flaw, because obviously on PC we've got a fairly critical issue with where if we've got script mods installed on in our game, and we go save the game, go to exit, rather than it going back to the main menu, the game crashes to the desktop all the time. You know, only way to fix that is to remove the script mods, which nobody really wants to do at this point, because a lot of the script mods are really good. Like I say, we've just got guidance steering by Wopster, which was obviously a very popular mod, and I think I already said in my Farm Sim 19 must-have mods video that I released. Guidance steering was one of those mods that was must-have, must be installed. Even if I didn't actually particularly use it, it was nice to always know in the back of my mind it was there if I wanted to put it on a vehicle and add it to a vehicle. So yeah, it was always installed. And Wobster's brought it out very, very quickly for Farm Sim 22. And like I say, I did a video the other evening, quickly released a video showing you the basic how to use the guidance steering mod if you've never used it before, how I use it with controller, how I've set up my keybinds. I know a couple of players have screenshotted my menu screen and copied those keybinds into their own game, and I'm glad you find that works really well for you. We have noticed one thing though since then as well. I changed the activate guidance steering, actually activate the steering to lock the steering on the GPS course. I set that to use the L3 button, the clicking of the left analog stick, which, as anyone knows who plays the game with controller, is also the button you click when you want to, you know, fill a seeder from a pallet, or fill something from a silo, a trailer from a silo, or you want to activate your sleep trigger at your house, or activate your wardrobe, or you want to refill a tractor with diesel from the petrol pump. Basically, that L3 button already has a function in game that does all those features, all those functions. And I found that when I bind that to my guidance steering, which is what I did in FS19, I had the same button on FS19, and it didn't cause any problems. Okay, if you had your GPS active when you were trying to fill from a silo or something, it would turn your steering on and your tractor might try to drive in a random direction or two. But it wasn't really an issue. Like I say, if I turned the GPS signal off, I could, you know, fill quite happily from silos or pallets or whatever, or placeables, whatever, without the steering kicking in. But for some reason in FS22, with the FS22 version of guidance steering, if I set the deactivate guidance steering button to the left, clicking of the left stick, the L3 button basically, I lose the ability to fill vehicles from pallets, from silos. I lose the ability to activate your sleep trigger at the farm. It's almost as if the game won't allow you to bind the same button to multiple functions anymore, which is a little bit strange. I have posted on Wobster's GitHub. I've opened a ticket on his GitHub for an issue. Okay. There is a sprayer at the store. Why is there a sprayer at the store? Because I've offered to do some spraying contracts for the AI farmers, and I've borrowed a sprayer, and I was then going to probably use it for doing all the fertilising too. Okie dokie. Right, let me buy some pallets. Another thing I've done, the bulk fill mod from Loki, I'm using a version of that, as you know. Great thing is, we've got it working on multiplayer servers. It now works correctly on multiplayer servers, so that's not a problem anymore. Obviously, I must have leased this vehicle before I put in the guidance steering mod. Otherwise, this vehicle would have had GPS. But yeah, bulk fill is going. You should see it kick in and do the other pallet in a second. Boom! Didn't even have to press a button, look. hands-free filling. It's great. And like I say, it works on multiplayer now on dedicated servers. So when players are buying pallets and filling up machines or stuff, you ain't got to keep clicking the button. It works great. We fix whatever bugs that prevented it working in FS19 have all been, well, resolved. Whether that's Giant's own multiplayer code that's been fixed to prevent the problem occurring, I don't know. But we have got a fix for it. And like I say, Loki will probably be submitting that to the Giants mod hub in the next few days. Entering that into testing. He is looking at a bit of a bulk fill thing though, because as you've just seen with those pallets of stuff, we weren't able to fill that. We weren't able to buy those in bulk. We had to buy those one at a time. Now I've got field 18, which is up there near the spinnery, and then we've got field 26, which is 26. Oh, that's a massive field. Yeah, I can see why they gave me the Rubicon. 26 is massive. But we'll go do 18 first. We'll then do oh, there goes the stop sign. We'll then do 26. We'll then probably empty this out. Why are you trying to drive under me, you stupid car? I feel like I'm in an episode of Fast and Furious then. Like, why is Dominic Toretto trying to drive under me? Like, you know what, just go. Wow, the AI, man. The AI. We're gonna do some spraying. Earn some money. Probably won't be enough to pay for the herbicide I've just bought, actually. Oh yeah, and that brings me back to the amazing game glitches and the things that need maybe fixing in the game by Giants. Potato contracts for seeding. If you've ever done a potato seeding contract, you have to use the actual potato planters at the minute, the actual potato planting technology, because the game doesn't actually give you like planter planters to do planting contracts, so you have to use the potato planters. And of course you fill them up with seed if you don't have potatoes available or handy to fill up the machine with. You fill them up with regular old seed. The problem with that is, folks, should you reach the end of the contract and your seeder happens to be, your potato planter happens to be quite full of seed, and you obviously don't want to return, if you've borrowed the equipment, you don't want to return it necessarily full of seed, because that's your seed that you've had to pay for and you've had to buy. You obviously would like to empty it. However, once again, just as in FS19, potato planters cannot be emptied. They can't be unloaded. So there is no way to get your seed or your potatoes back out of them once you've put them in. So if you're borrowing seeders, potato planters for contracts, potato planting contracts, just be mindful of that, because if you go and, you know, if you get to like 99% contract complete and you need to refill the seeder, don't go filling the seeder to the, like 100% full, because you won't be able to empty it. So you only want to put just enough seeds back in it that you can get that 1% complete or whatever it is that you're missing. Because again, otherwise you find out you pay for more for seed than what the contract is going to pay you. So you end up losing money. Nobody wants to lose money in their game. Or I'm hoping players don't want to lose money when they're playing the game. One of the reasons why we got in, while we've, on the multiplayer server, we've done away with all our leased and borrowed equipment. Because paying 71 grand a day for leasing was ridiculous when we can pay £966 per day in loan interest, having borrowed 500,000 and bought all the equipment. Yeah, I'm enjoying this, doing these contracts. Again, spraying contracts, fertilising contracts, they can be very, very profitable. And if you've got a decent bit of kit like this here Rubicon, you can smash them out very quickly. Will do me. I think I'm safe to collect that contract. Wait and see. What have we got for... There's a load of cultivating contracts. Fertilising. Or pretty much with machine and equipment I've already got. However, what we might do... I might decide to do is I might lease some of that just to show you that guidance steering mod injects itself into the borrowed equipment list. But we'll go do field 26 first with the spraying. Get that all done. As you can see, I'm recording this episode of the series very late on Saturday the 11th of December. It's nearly 10 PM as I'm recording this. I have played some multiplayer today on Elm Creek this afternoon, but the reason I'm recording a few episodes now over the weekend is because I do have to go to hospital next week on Tuesday, so I might not get a lot of videos recorded next week. So if you suddenly find the series stops or there ain't any uploads for a few days, don't panic. It's just that I might not be, you know, able to record, but I won't have gone anywhere. I won't have disappeared off the planet or anything. I'll just be taking it easy for a couple of days. So hopefully we get in front with a couple of recordings. Like I say, I have finished my Red Dead recordings, I think. I say I think very carefully. Let's just say I've reached a point in the game where I can jump off. Right now I can put the controller down, walk away from the game and say it's complete. My character's story is complete. However, there is obviously more of the game that you can actually play, and there's more that you can actually do if you want to do it. But I'm kind of at the point where I'm thinking, now's maybe a good time to jump off. I've done my story, I've done 80 videos in my Red Dead series, and like I say, I've completed my character's story. I know I could play as a different character and do even more things, but I mean, as far as I'm aware, the gameplay loop is still the same. Oh, the cars have split. Look, these cars. Alright, pack it in now. That's the French for you folks. Ladies and gentlemen, French people. You wonder why nobody likes them. Because that's their manners. Let's just keep driving into you, Mr. Farmer. Mr. Farmer who grows and provides all our wonderful food that we eat. Yeah, let's just keep driving into you, good sir. And punishing you. And making your life miserable. But hey, I won't turn the AI off. I'm never going to turn the AI traffic off, folks. Don't worry. It leads to comedic moments like that. And once again, it just goes to show what giants need to do to improve the game a bit. And that's fix some of the AI behaviour. Love the BGAs. There we go. Nicely done. Like I say, if I had GPS, this would be an absolute joy. Very hard to see where you're spraying at this sort of distance. Spray rate is going down fairly quickly. I'm thinking potentially there might not be a lot of herbicide left upon completing this contract. We may not have to worry about emptying the spraying. We will wait and see though. It'd be nice if I do get to keep a bit. It'd be very hard to see where I've been. Certainly with this crop on the field, it's going to be very hard. And whilst the weeds are obviously in very short growth stage, let's have a walk, shall we? Okay, so you can see we've made a fairly big chunk of the field. I think I can see where I'm spraying. I think it's about here. Do love the Rubicon as a sprayer. Covers a lot of ground very quickly. Although I did end up using the John Deere sprayer released by Custom Modding a lot in FS19. I know they are working on converting their mods over to FS22. I know they've got their tractor pack in testing, in the mods in testing list, which currently, if you're following Giant's forums and following the mods in test list, you'll know that Giants have over 600 mods for Farm Sim 22 currently waiting to be tested. It's going to take a while to work through that list, I can tell you. But yeah, the custom modding tractor pack, so they're 7R, 8R, 8RT and 9RT, I think, are in that pack, along with the H480 front loader to go on the 7R, 8R and 8RT. So yes, 7R, 8R and 8RT, large tractors with front loader attachments, very useful to have for moving big bulky items in the game. Get a good bucket on there and you can shovel silage quite happily. With the big tractors. I don't know if they include a bucket or not in their mod, which would be nice. A large capacity front loader bucket, compatible with front loaders, would be very useful. But I don't think they do. I know on their Facebook page there was one you could download for PC players because of licensing and also because it was made by another modder who gave custom modding permission for them to be able to use it. But I know it wasn't in their mod hub release. Wondering, did I do something really stupid then? No. I thought for a minute I'd driven down that row of the previous row not spraying because of the fact that my sprayer was already on when I turned around at the bottom of this field. I mustn't have turned it off. I must have just looped. Not taken me very long at all to do this field, has it, really? Spraying. There will be a little bit to unload back at the store before I return this, and then I borrow the next equipment. Do some fertilising contracts. Because again, it's all about earning money each and every day until we get to harvest in, I think, June. Is it June, July? When we get to harvest our wheat and stuff. Ooh, apparently I missed some weeds there. Change. That's better. And literally last row here. This should be contract complete. Contract on field 26 finished. Perfect. Thank you. Hold him up. Back to the store. We can give this, unload it, give this back to the nice man at the store who let us borrow this. We can then fill up our own sprayer with the leftover herbicide and take that back to the farm. And then, like I say, we can be in a position whereby I get launched into space, kids. Oh! Evil Knievel's got note on me. Evil Knievel, eat your heart out. Maybe I'll put my beacon on. Warning, everybody. I'm on the road. Please don't drive into me. Let's get out before him. Got some harvest income from our eggs. 64 bucks. Nicely. Still got a couple of herbicide tanks left by the looks of it. Right, we might have to shift those. To the store. Let's put him back over here. Open our machine. And paid. 20,000. Okay, that was worth doing, that contract. Healthy 20,000. Even with the leasing, we still made it, and even buying herbicide, we're in profit, folks. Bulk fill again for the win. No, 4,500. We might have to empty that at the farm and then come back. Notice it's not folded up again correctly. I don't know why that is. I don't know why it doesn't. But leave that as it is for now. Because like I say, what I would like to do is lease a couple of other machines now. Well, borrow another machine to do some more contracting. So let's go and have a look. Got field 13 spraying. We might do that with our own machine. Sowing. Lots of sowing. Fertilising. I'm going to borrow one of these, I think. did that wrong, pressed the wrong button, so I'm going to have to take that one. Right. There's a bunch of contract... Oh, they've all disappeared, look. These contracts aren't working very good. Field 18, is that a live one? That's a live one. Okay. Right. And I've got no leased equipment. That's not worked. It's not giving me my... That done it. Yes. Okay, admittedly, not the best. But as you can see, it has given me GPS. Ladies and gentlemen, on a borrowed machine. So I can run off and do all these fertilising contracts nice and quickly using the wonderful tool that is GPS mod. By 6, because I don't know actually how much this holds. Without all the extensions and stuff. Looks like a fairly decent amount, actually. So, first field we want to do is... go do... 18 and 21. 18 and 21 are going to be close together. Yeah, they're up the hill. We've just weeded field 81. Put my GPS line on. Let's program a course in a little bit. I love the little narrow skinny wheels on this New Holland. These ones are pretty good. Pretty skinny. It's funny, they give us skinny wheels on the New Holland, but they didn't give us the narrow wheels on the fertiliser spreader. But yeah, I love the fact we get GPS equipped vehicles for doing contracts. That's an excellent addition to the game. Like I say, once we'll be able to upgrade our Massey Ferguson to have GPS. We won't be able to do the New Holland because that's leased, but when I buy a tractor to replace the New Holland, we'll get GPS. So then both of our machines will have GPS fitted. It should definitely improve our productivity somewhat. Right, if we do 270 as a cardinal direction, They're not auto-wear. This is going to be absolutely perfectamundo. So yeah, folks, I'm going to go and do these fertilising contracts now and get all these done. Thank you for watching today's episode. I really hope you've enjoyed it. I will see you all again in the next episode very, very soon. But for now, everybody, take care of yourselves, stay safe. Remember to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already doing so, leave your comments in the comment section down below. Share the video everywhere you can, with everyone you can, and I'll see you all in the next episode. From here on Haut Beyleron, I've been CWATTY, this has been Farming Simulator 22. Goodbye for now, everybody.